The Falls Count Everywhere podcast would like to mention our friends at the following. We Talk Wrestling. For the one-stop you need for the most intriguing stories and headlines, and info on independent shows in multiple regions, We Talk Wrestling has you covered. Subscribe to Facebook's #1 interactive community for professional wrestling today. Pro wrestling on Tuesdays are a blast with the Wrestle Talk podcast. Join the Night Owl, DJ Big Sexy, Luke Roberts, The Alpha, Jay Wade, Nightmare Jones, and many others as they bring you the hottest takes on the major circuits, showcase interviews with various indie stars, and the only place to get news on the most popular fantasy wrestling promotion, the FWWC. Catch them every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central. Find all of their media outlets on their website at WrestleTalkPodcast.com.
Before each and every show, we like to remind our audience that freedom is never free, and all of us should be grateful to those who lay it all on the line. To all our first responders, military, and volunteers that help our nation every day, we love you and appreciate the sacrifices you make to protect all of us.
Get ready for episode number 150 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. As our co-hosts welcome special guests, Austin Cage from We Talk Wrestling and Midwest Independent Wrestling commentator Guido, as they discuss from in front of camera to outside the ring at home. Tonight's topic is dads in wrestling. This podcast is scheduled for one episode, where falls count everywhere.
And happy Father's Day, everybody. There's a big party going on right here. It is episode number 150 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. And we're glad that you are here live with us here as we're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and of course on XFCE podcast. I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby here, along with the Gem City Mouse Zmiz to the top right, because we've got we've got other people here on here with us this week. Right below me in the bottom left, of course, has watched our show on many occasions. And, of course, also he knows how to pick on things, especially picking a lock into an online studio. And that's none other than Austin Cage. And then to the bottom right, you can listen and see him on New Genesis Wrestling and, of course, on Illinois Elite Wrestling as well. And, of course, also, I haven't watched this. I'm sorry I haven't followed this much, but he's also the host of the Guido Goes Off, and that is the Guido in the bottom right. Oh, my goodness. So, Austin, how's it going, man?
Another happy day. I'm not enjoying this 90-degree weather and getting my farmer's tan on, but other than that, I'm good. How about you?
Yes, I see you've gotten a lot.
Yeah.
So you got all that complexion today. I got you. Okay.
Yeah. Going to Florida next month, so I'm going to be getting my Wesley Snipes on.
Oh, there you go.
Dear Lord.
And we're getting there already. Guido, it's been a while since we've seen you. So how are things going with you, man?
Well, busy as ever. Actually, next couple of weeks, got a couple of shows going on. Going to be at New Genesis Wrestling Muscuda for Melee Muscuda 2 this coming Saturday, I should say.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Melee Muscuda 2. We've been promoting that here on the show. And, of course, also, we're going to get to the Gem City Mountain. We'll save the best for last year with the Gem City Mouse and Miz here, because he's getting prepared in about just under 2 weeks here for Phase 2 Meltdown with Illinois Elite Wrestling. Right, sir?
Right. But also, there's a little secret about New Genesis Wrestling. Because next weekend, I get to sit at that booth with you, Guido, with that little dweeb Tyler Cooley, and finally bring a real voice to reason back to New Genesis Wrestling, and Mr. Halbert gets so much disrespect from these two jabronis. No offense, Guido. I love you. You know we're your friends and all that stuff, but I'm coming in because Mr. Halbert needs a real voice at that table, a real person to understand that things have to happen that some people might not like. That's it. And then of course, I'll be at IEW.
Oh,
well, we've missed you at IEW. NGW, we're not sure yet, but
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, you had to bring Halbert into this. Yeah.
One show at a time, guys. One show at a time.
That's Halbert's a good man. I'm getting paid big.
Oh,
that's all I'm saying. I'm getting paid real big.
Sure. Yeah, we're all been busy as well. I've actually been running.
Well, if I were you, I would definitely make sure that check clears before talking good about Mr. Halbert.
Don't worry.
Yeah, he's got a way of getting it out of him. I'll tell you, Zach's got his ways.
I mean, come on, we're not talking about Paul Heyman here,
right?
Just take the last number off.
Yeah. Well, at least this past weekend I was pretty busy myself. Actually went down to Lost Valley Lake Resort in Owensville, Missouri yesterday. They actually had a show for American Championship Wrestling. And let's just say next week I'm actually going to be in DeSoto, Missouri. And I have somehow weaseled my way into the tag team title picture against the Lumberjacks. Not only that, but I've actually made a stipulation. It is going to be a Texas Tornado no holds barred match for the vacated titles.
Nice.
So, yeah. So
I don't know. Ruby, we better have a gold back there.
Yeah.
There's been a disturbing lack of gold in your back wall for quite some time. You need to fix that.
I know. I got to get these shelves installed. I've actually got gold on a shelf here. That's actually not mine. Well, it's replica titles, of course, but I've got to find a way to get these shelves up. So yeah, but we get it. When I figured it was for nothing anyway, I just about 40 minutes into the match, I went out and I just grabbed the chair and started wailing away. Make my night short.
So the vacated titles, did somebody get injured, or they just went up for grabs?
It's a long story, and I don't know. All I know is that no one's got possession of them, and I'm in line with them. But I'll just have a partner for this coming Saturday. So this ought to be interesting. I'm trying to figure out what kind of good weapons I can use. I don't know. That doesn't take up that much space.
Use that old printer you have. Smack him with a keyboard. I heard that's really good.
Oh yeah. Well, that's I heard
brings a whole new meaning to keyboard warrior.
Right. Exactly. But no, we'll because after next week we'll have a different flavor here to the show, and I'll get into that here in just a bit. But let's kind of talk about some things that are happening around the major circuits here, especially this past Friday night. TNA aired their pay-per-view against all odds. Don't know all the results.
I think they call it a PLE, just like WWE does now, correct?
Are they calling it a PLE for real?
If I'm not mistaken, they call it a PLE now.
Oh, God.
I think I saw that on Twitter, too.
Well, I know they're. I think all of their they're special events or used to be pay-per-views are now going through their TNA app or something.
Yes.
So I guess that's why they call it PLE as well. So, but Jordan Grace came back after a attempt to get into the NXT title and actually threw out an open challenge Friday night, and up shows. Let's see. Do I have this? Where's my photos? I thought I had my photos. Never mind. I I thought I had it. Here it is. Never mind, guys. I got it.
Miss.
Yep, I know. I do too much.
It's okay.
Even on Father's Day, when I try to relax a little, I'm still doing a lot. So,
By the way, happy Father's Day to you.
Happy Father's Day for all the fathers. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's what we're here to talk about. What Tatum Paxley, before you pull it up, I'm just going to say her name so we can keep the show going. Tatum Paxley made her TNA debut. I think it's her debut, right?
Yeah. I would think so.
She hasn't been there in anybody else's, but she answered the call to Jordan Grace, and she came up on short, but still, it is cool to see Tatum's somebody in NXT that they need to watch out for because she's highly talented. So seeing her get some reps over there with Jordan Grace and NXT and Shawn Michaels having faith in her to go there, that says a lot, man. That says a lot by the company. And that's something people are going to have to understand is these people that are making these jumps back and forth, they have a lot of stock in them on both sides of the fence. You know, TNA obviously had stock in Jordan Grace going over to NXT. NXT's having stock with Tane Paxley representing them over there. So we're going to start seeing these jumps. And, you know, another thing we might talk about and touch on here later is the upcoming Battle Royale for the men. But Tatum Paxley is somebody to watch out for, and she was a good contender for Jordan Grace, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from what I've seen, I saw the match was really good, really solid. Jordan Grace has come a long way, and Tatum Paxley had a great person to work with, and even seeing Ash by Elegance, the former Dana Brooke in WWE, getting a little shine in it.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't worry. I thought she was horrible too, but
cheers to you, Guido.
It's that little dweeb, Tyler Cooley. How you doing, sir? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for sharing it out too. You're a good man.
Oh, you're gonna get it here in a minute.
Zmiz, because I called him a little dweeb.
Yeah, I know. Man.
I mean, it's all right. It's all right. It was a lovely crossover. We're gonna see more. I have high hopes for all of this TNA, NXT. And then did you see that AJ Styles and Io Sky are going to be taking jumps to other promotions here soon too?
Yeah, I think it's AJ's going to Noah, and Io Sky's going to Marigold.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Yeah. So pay-per-views over in Japan. Yeah, I mean,
maybe that means Shinsuke might get a shot at somebody over there since he ain't been doing nothing.
Yeah, and like you said, the last time something like that WWE did something of that nature was did Shinsuke work Great Muta?
Great Muta. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. So I mean, we're starting to see it. Obviously, you've not seen changes yet. You obviously don't have your eyes open, but there's a lot of changes that have been taking place ever since you know who is no longer around the helm of the WWE. In fact, this guy's not even allowed to be on the new headquarters. So
can't he work out in the gym that he designed for himself?
Yeah, well, that's just tough, you know. Yeah. And it just kind of also makes me wonder how what was it? Janelle Grant actually dropped the lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm betting pennies to the dollar that she probably got an off the grid settlement. I'm sure. So instead of going into
here's something I want to throw out there because I made a post about like how WWE is doing all these cross events now here lately, right? And I said we have a lot of that to thank to AEW, right? I want to give credit where credit's due. In this new modern era of using talent and seeing it openly done, I truly believe it goes to AEW, Tony Khan, and all those guys over there, and we have to tap our hat to it. But Justin Static, okay, we've had him on the show before, and he's on We Talk Wrestling. Jason Static. My bad. My bad. Wrong person. But Jason Static, him and I had a conversation on We Talk Wrestling about it, going that WWE's done this all the time, like letting guys go to independent shows under the radar, and it's never been really talked about, right? It's becoming more mainstream in showing that WWE is allowing their guys and gals to go to other promotions and work other shows and do other things. They're just being way more pick and choose, it seems, than like AEW is just like, go. Like, right. It's okay. So that's the difference, but it's just really cool to see WWE really take this transition in a new phase and a new approach to how they work their events and allowing different associated wrestlers to go in different directions in different places. Hopefully this will allow for other people to stick around and stay, because I'm really, fingers crossed, I really don't want to see Ricochet jump ship yet. So
no, and I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know about that. And as far as some of these other guys that or people that have had contracts expire, have not renewed yet. Well, we know that just over the weekend or not too long ago, Chad Gable did re-sign with WWE. So
Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night he did. Him and Natalya both, which Natalya, I was really kind of, and this ain't even knocking Natalya. So if you take this as a negative statement towards Natalya, you're the one that's in the negative mindset. I was really hoping Natalya would not re-sign with WWE and go somewhere else just because I want to see her work other women.
Yeah.
I want to see her. Where you're coming from.
I want to see her do other things. She's done everything cool in WWE. It'd be really cool for her to show. I mean, there's still that possibility of her showing up in TNA, but like her showing up in TNA and maybe taking on Jordynne Grace there, like, dude, that's a match I would love to see. Like those two husky women, like just throwing down. They're powerhouse women, man. I'd want to see that fight. You know what I'm saying? Big meaty women slapping meat. Is that basically what you're looking for? I mean, we can say it like that if you want. I was just trying to be a little more politically correct.
When have we cared about being politically correct, Zmiz?
I'm trying to go through all demographics here for this show to go everywhere else instead of,
Ben Trust is a good guy there, Tyler Cooley. Yeah. Or as I say, not so cool, Tyler Cooley.
Y'all are picking on Tyler.
Poor kid.
Poor guy. My God. So now it begs the question here. Now we're talking about this crossover. You just recently mentioned this, Z. So let's go ahead and just kind of talk about this now. But who shows up in the Battle Royal this coming Tuesday for NXT? And I know we've had many confirming. Austin's getting a headache now because he knows that there's a confirmed name that is going to be there.
Like I feel like I should be taking what those two brothers take just so I can get away with the headache.
Yeah, Austin's feeling a little broken because Matt Hardy there's a lot of sources that Matt Hardy will be there this Tuesday night on NXT in that Contenders Battle Royal. So,
well, I'm purposely going to wait to take my dog out when he comes out. My TV will go on mute, and I'm going to say, Grunt, time to go outside, whether you got to go or not.
Or, I mean, you can always fix a snack, go to the bathroom. There's always something. I mean, do whatever you had to do when Nia came out. Whatever.
Yeah, well,
I can tell you who I want to show up, and I'm cool with Matt Hardy showing up. Jeff Hardy, by the way, did show up at Against All Odds too. So Jeff Hardy is back in TNA as of right now, not maybe signed probably, but free agenting it, like Matt supposedly is. So Jeff Hardy is a possibility to show up in NXT too, God forbid. But
it hurts you to mention that, doesn't it?
It does. It hurts. It hurts a little bit. But you know who I want to see? And all egos there now. So the possibility is very big. For one, Josh Alexander is somebody I'd love to see, but I'm pretty sure he's still out. If I'm not mistaken, he is still on the injured list.
Yeah.
But there's somebody that I truly, truly want to see that's in TNA come to NXT. And what's his name?
I would want to say Moose.
Wrong.
Oh.
Jake something.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Give me Jake something in TNA, and I will, oh my God, I will mark out so hard. And even, man, if I could see Rohit there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we don't know what's going to happen anymore with NXT. We don't know what's going on with wrestling. They've been doing a really good job of keeping things hush-hush quiet when it comes to the moving of the pieces for NXT and TNA, that anything's possible. And the only reason I'm bringing up Rohit is because Rohit used to work for TNA, and I think he was doing a little bit of stuff just recently with them.
Yep. On
an anniversary show and all that kind of stuff. So the possibility of him being back in that window is there. You have the Radicals, right? Is it the Radicals or no? Wesley and, am I right? The Radicals?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the Radicals. possibly showing up to help out Wes Lee. Dude, there are so many options right now for this Battle Royale to introduce the NXT crowd to maybe some potential TNA guys. Please no Eddie Edwards. Please.
Look,
Jeff Hardy, Eddie Edwards, don't do that.
Look, if Heat shows up, I'm going to run down my street.
Oh, if Heat shows up, bro. Yes. Yes. The hottest free agent.
I'll make a live video for y'all and run down my street. I
mean, it has to be during the day.
Man.
Wow.
Well, I will say this. Two things, though. One, Jeff Hardy not needed anywhere in NXT. He is not going to progress anybody that's trying to build up there, going up to the next level. At this point, no. Two, if Matt Hardy is the only one that shows up in this blend over in this battle royal, I'm going to be disappointed as well. There needs to be at least one more name or somebody else that NXT has not seen yet to be in this battle royal. But I'm having a feeling that Matt Hardy is probably going to be the only one. But
that's not a surprise.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I guess only one, you can only give like a drop of a drop of TNA here, a drop of WWE NXT here, and everything on their different shows. I mean, you can't just flood a program with all TNA. It's not like Nexus trying to take over Raw or anything.
It's 25 people. It's 25 people.
You could at least get two.
I'm hoping at least 5 people from TNA or other promotions. At least 5. Give me 5.
Well, look, if Jeff look, we know Matt's going to show up, but Jeff shows up, feels like I'm going to get that lump of coal in my stocking that I didn't get for Christmas. So
I'm cool with Matt once again. I'm cool with Matt. Matt's the good one. You don't like him because he fell over the rope once. You just want to make fun of him from that.
I've never liked the Hardys from the get-go. What are you talking about?
Whatever, dude. Matt's always. We can get in that conversation. Don't do it.
You shouldn't like the Hardys, or at least Jeff when he freaking after 2011 Victory Road. You shouldn't like Jeff Hardy after that.
No, see, I'm with Scott Austin. I have not been a fan of Jeff ever. Matt Hardy was always my favorite wrestler of the two.
Yes, I agree.
And it was the Mattitude stuff that really sealed the deal for me as Matt being okay.
The only stuff I ever found entertaining with Matt was when he did this shit with Bray. That was it.
I mean, Matt Hardy and MVP, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't even try to play. Matt Hardy MVP. Matt Hardy going for the Cruiserweight title.
Connected.
Sorry, guys.
But Matt Hardy going for the Cruiserweight title, Matt Hardy and MVP, that stuff was classic, and Matt Hardy deserves so much more props. And for a guy to put his ego aside because some dude banged his girl and put on one of the best performances, storyline based, that reality wrestling could ever give us, come on, dude. Matt Hardy deserves way more credit than he gets. I'm sorry.
You can give somebody credit, doesn't mean they're not a jackass.
I didn't say. Well, okay, that's fair.
Now, Zach, I want to ask you something. Guess who I am?
Stop it.
5 seconds later, I'm back. Sorry, that was too easy.
Let's go ahead and show our local shows, and we'll get to the next thing, Ruby.
Yeah, let's go and do that. Yeah, so if you're not sharing the show already, make sure you do that once again on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and of course on X at FCE Podcast. Make sure you're sharing the show. It's going to be about 2.5 minutes of our upcoming shows here. But after that, when we're going to come back, we've got more stuff here for you. And then we'll get into our Dads in Wrestling talk right after the break. So hang around and we'll be right back, guys.
Check out these great shows and appearances coming to a city near you. New Genesis Wrestling returns to the Lou Civic Center located at 213 North Market Street on Saturday, June 22nd as they present Melee in Mascota 2. Doors open at 6 p.m. with a bell time of 7 p.m. Don't miss the must-see matches as Lexi Green squares off against Shotzi McKenzie and Chaotic Champ Sid Holland faces the challenge of Chino Told You So Rivera. Adult door prices are $12 and $10 in advance. All kids tickets are $5. For more information on this event, visit NewGenesisWrestling.com. Saturday, June 22nd, American Championship Wrestling comes back to the Knights of Columbus Hall in DeSoto, Missouri, located at 13225 State Road East. Apex Prime with Guy Smith, The Bomb Brian James, Justin Main Event, and many of your ACW favorites are scheduled to be in action. Doors open at 5 p.m. with a bell time of 6 p.m. Front row seats are $10. All other tickets are $6. Get your tickets at the door or get them in advance by going to acwtheshow.com. Friday, June 28th, St. Louis Anarchy presents Take Me to Church at the House of Anarchy located at 405 East 4th Street in Alton, Illinois. Your main event is an 8-man all-star tag team match featuring Aaron Williams, One Called Manders, Thomas Shire, and Gary J. versus Davey Vega, Mad Dog Connolly, Derek Neal, and Jake Parnell. Pre-event party starts at 6 p.m. and main card starts at 7 p.m. For more information on event ticket pricing and to get your tickets in advance, visit stlanarchy.com. Saturday, June 29th, IWA Productions returns to the IWA Event Center located at 521 Perkins Street in Mount Vernon, Illinois as they present Schools Out. Tag Team Champions The Freak Show, Women's Champion TT the Island Girl, and Logan Ridge are scheduled to be in action. Doors open at 6 p.m. with a bell time of 7 p.m. Door ticket prices are $12 for front row and $7 for general admission. Save $2 by purchasing them in advance at the Ringside Buffet. We'll see you there. Saturday, June 29th, Illinois Elite Wrestling returns to the Elks Lodge in Granite City, Illinois as they present Phase 2, Meltdown. Scheduled to appear are Midwest Champion Brandon Espinoza, Kyle Roberts, Sidney Manson, and the IEW debut of Chris Exodus. Door ticket prices are $15 for adults, $5 for kids. Kids 5 and under get it free. To save money on adult tickets, purchase tickets in advance by visiting IllinoisEliteWrestling.ticketleap.com. Remember, fans, without you in the seats, there is no wrestling. Make sure you make plans to attend these shows, and we'll see you at ringside.
All right, and my apologies to IWA Productions here. I'm going to have to find Guy Smiley again for getting the wrong name of the pay-per-view or the pay-per-view, the event. But pay-per-view. Well, you are. You're paying the ticket to get in to watch it, but they're not going to stream it. So
most of those shows you guys show, I don't know half the guys, but that one in Mount Vernon, Illinois, there's like 3 guys on that poster I actually worked with.
Oh, well, I'm interested. Yeah. I'm interested to see here. At least give me one of them.
Chris Thomas, he had like that band or that vest on.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was the one that actually helped train me.
Oh, really? Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. So he's making his way around Mount Vernon as well. So, okay, guys. Well, let's see. Well, we've got some announcements here for you. First off, here, more than anything here, we've if you take a look at Z here, of course, he's sporting representing the We Talk Wrestling here, being on here at Falls Count Everywhere, and of course,
love this shirt.
If you want to be like Z, guess what? You can. Look at this. It's the official We Talk Wrestling jersey tee that's available now. Once again, it's the wokebrand.com. That's WHOAQ brand.com. And actually, if you scan that QR code, that'll take you right to the page where you can get your shirt. And also, there's also other We Talk Wrestling shirts too, with just the logo without the prairie dog if you want.
Yep. You can
Isn't
get
there like
now
4 different varieties now.
So yeah, I have 4 different shirts. There's 3 different colors with the WTW logo on it, and then you get my prairie dog one that represents me because prairie dogs are my favorite animal. Big shout out to, most people aren't going to know this, but I had a prairie dog named P Monkey that legitimately was my homeboy and saved my life. So this is a shout out to that little rodent that was an amazing pet. So it means a lot to me.
Man, I bet you that's kind of interesting to care for a prairie dog. And
dude, I've had 2 now, and they are legitimately my favorite. Like, we go to the St. Louis Zoo, first stop, got to go to the Prairie Dog Cage.
Oh wow!
And I can sit there all day. Like, they're just cool little creatures, in my opinion.
Yeah, I haven't been out to the St. Louis Zoo in like a long time, and I'm like 15 minutes from it, so I need to go.
That's pathetic, man. The zoo's amazing.
What? I'm sorry. There's a lot of things I should be doing. Like, it's like so much I can do. Thanks a lot. My life feels very valued right now. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
We'll go to the zoo together, you and me, Ruby.
Hey,
you win those tag team titles, and I'll take you to the zoo. We'll stream it. We'll
to the zoo. All's count everywhere at the zoo.
Walk through with the title on.
That's right. Walk around and say, hey, look at me, I'm a champ. Oh my god, I feel like a belt mark. Anyway, so
Kids ask,
guys,
who's that, Daddy? Hell, I don't know.
Well, he's got a red championship belt. He must be awesome.
I've never seen that belt. Anyway, so guys, so go ahead and get. We've had that up here for a while now, so go ahead and get that. We Talk Wrestling shirt, and now for some other news here, we do have. Yes, we don't have a major announcement, but we got a huge announcement.
It's gonna be huge.
Cool.
You had to do the Trump.
I had to.
He said,
So
Michael
guys,
is pointing to the
get ready
left.
for it. We're at episode number 150. We're shaking things up a little bit here, and we're trying to get our name out and brand out there, and which means we have to make some changes. So get ready for this. Oh yeah,
boom!
Brand new Falls Count Everywhere logo, everybody.
That's so beautiful.
So,
Ooh.
So that's gonna be our official logo here. That we're gonna be posting more. We're gonna be doing more artwork and everything else. And of course, to help promoting the brand, you kind of want to make sure. Well, how are we gonna get our brand out there and make sure that people are aware of it and maybe even support us? Well, guess what? There is a way. Look at this. So.
I was about to say there better be a T-shirt coming now.
Nice.
Look at so this is the new official Falls Count Everywhere jersey tee in a heather sapphire blue background, and there is an alternate FCE logo printed all over the shirt. So it is quality material. Well, you take care of it, it's not going to fade and everything else. It's a really good quality material of the jersey. Just like that We Talk Wrestling shirt. So we are affiliated with the local affiliates. And guess what? It's available now as well.
Get your woke material, guys. Big shout out to Terry Russell. Rush, you're my boy. Putting out some great work. That dude just doesn't stop. He really doesn't.
Yeah, so if you missed this here now, but if you we're gonna work on I'm gonna work on getting a small supply of these shirts here. So wherever I'm at, if I'm at a show or we're doing our event, which we're gonna be doing some more announcements next week with Z and I, as far as where we're gonna be at next. Because we do have a trip planned in July that we're going to be making, and so we might have lightly mentioned it on the show, but we're going to have an official announcement of that next week. But in the meantime, go ahead and support the show, support the woke brand .com, and scan that code, and you can get your official Falls Count Everywhere T-shirt. Everybody.
Now, one thing for anyone that's ordering a shirt from either for the We Talk Wrestling group or for the Falls Count Everywhere group, if you're a 2X, go up to a 3.
Yeah.
You're going to thank me. You're going to thank me.
So they have a tendency to run a little small. Is that what you're saying?
Yep, they run a little small.
So your belly will be showing.
I'm wearing a 2X right now, and it fits like perfect. But like it's I'm still a fluffy guy. That's all I'm saying. If you want a little more room, understand If you're getting a 2X, it's a 2, like it's that. There's no give and take.
Basically, folks, if what he's telling you is if you get the size below, don't raise your hands up.
So
Basically,
these shirts are 95% polyester, 5% spandex. Don't abuse that 5%. That's all I'm going to say.
It breathes so well. They're such a great quality. Like I said, Terry Russell out there at Woke, I cannot thank him enough. That guy is producing some great stuff. Working behind the scenes right now with some of the other wrestlers in Illinois Elite Wrestling and some other promotions to get some things done. So, mad props to my boy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So, So I mean, it's great what myself and Terry are coming up with, as far as he's did all this work with the new logo. We're gonna have a new artwork, our new graphics here, and I might even pull up the graphic here in a short while. I did there's a graphic up at the top right hand corner I tried to do here, but it's just something different. We're just trying to get a new look here, guys. And like I said, we got to change with everything here because we're trying to go other places. We're trying to get expanded out through social media and also making appearances. And also we want other guests to come in and just kind of take a look at what we're doing. So this is it. And so I guess this has been up for a while, so we'll take this down for a bit. Like, hey, hurry up, scan, buy my shirt. Go ahead. It's not like you can't go back.
Some people might see it as pandering, but if you support us this way, we can bring bigger names, better content, better product. We can get better equipment. Like it all goes hand in hand. We need you guys as much as you guys enjoy listening to us. We need you guys to help us out. Plain and simple. The likes, the subscribes, hitting the bells, all that stuff matters. We want to do this and bring content every weekend to you, the wrestling fans.
Yeah, absolutely. We just want to expand. I mean, of course, we're working on it now, but the more support we get, the more that we can do. So, and then also, it doesn't matter if you're all wearing that shirt. It's a beautiful shirt anyway.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
and it's hot out. You'll breathe better.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Yeah, great summer shirt. Not like that pre-shrunk cotton that will eventually fade the colors won't fade here. So not a problem. Whoop. Sorry. I was like, I accidentally clapped the chat graphic. I accidentally did that here, but who cares? Anyway, so let's kind of get in here with our topic of dads and wrestling here. That's our main topic here this evening, and so let's kind of talk about some names, or maybe let's kind of go behind the scenes though. Even though these guys have made some great contributions while in their days, and then also some of these dads are no longer with us. How about this one here? Let's see. Here we go. So, call him earthquake, call him shark attack, call him avalanche, whatever it can be, but it's John Tenta.
Yes.
That was a great documentary they did on him.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the dark side of the ring, which I'm trying to figure out why he was, because like clearly, nobody ever had a bad thing to say about him. He was the greatest guy, greatest dad.
I mean, the only really messed up part about, like, they always, Dark Side of the Ring, they always have a messed up story behind it. The only really messed up part is how he died, and that was it.
Yeah.
The rest of the story was fine.
I would say the messed up part about it is how he was basically put on the back burner in WWE. Then whenever he got over to WCW, he had these awful gimmicks.
He's got terrible gimmick after terrible gimmick in WCW, but he should have been such a talented big dude. Such an amazing big dude.
Wasn't he the guy that jumped through the wall?
No, that was Shockmaster.
No.
Who was that?
That's my boy.
That's Typhoon. That was or Shockmaster.
Brett Ahmed, a.k.a. Tugboat, a.k.a. Typhoon. Also, by the way, nice guy.
Super awesome dude.
Yeah, we saw him last month, didn't we?
Saw him good guy.
Yeah,
one of my favorite tag teams. Them two as National Disaster. God, you couldn't but not enjoy them just beating up people.
Yeah.
And these are guys these are big guys that could move too and do a lot. So, um, but John Tenta though, it's I mean, is there it? And we'll probably touch on another one here as far as like because these are dads that had success, but also they were more content or more worried about their families more to make sure they're providing for them. And see, I mean, their kids actually made it. I forgot where they made an appearance at, but obviously when you do a documentary, you want to get their faces out there since they were fresh to the episode. And so he's got a son and a daughter that are out there. And but no, it was quite a touching story though. I mean, I think just the messed up part that he got was that he did happen to contract cancer and and then eventually pass. But no, great gimmick, a great guy to work. A lot of people said great things about him. And here's another guy that we're looking at here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Owen Hart.
There's another one. This is probably one of my favorites here.
And they say he was like the dad of dads for wrestlers. Like he was the guy that like everything had to revolve around the family. Make sure it went back to the family. He was at events for he was that dad that was going home, making the extra trips, all that kind of stuff to see the kids perform, do this, do that. Grow up, be there for them. Why are you still doing the road stuff? So he put in extra work. If you really listen to all of his workmates.
Yeah. Even if he could only go home for a couple hours, he went.
Yeah.
And he would actually somehow he was actually kind of like a there are others that were telling stories of him that how he was a cheapskate on the road.
The ultimate ribber.
Say,
they never did mention who won that contest between him and Mick Foley on who could spend the least amount of money on the road.
If I don't know if I had to go by
Foley.
looks, I'd probably say Foley. If you ask me. But
Foley was supposedly like super cheap. Talking about dads.
Well, hell, he was here. I didn't get the chance to go. Jerry the King Lawler, they was inducting him some kind of Hall of Fame thing a while back. And at first I was like, I've done a million shows with Jerry Lawler, so I didn't want to go. But then you end up having Ron Simmons, the Steiner brothers, Godfather, and him. And he just Mick Foley was like, everybody was trying to go out to Toroni's Pizza, and Mick Foley just went to McDonald's.
Sounds about right.
I was like, good night.
But yeah. Owen Hart, when it comes to dads, like he's supposedly the dad of dads when it came to wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, this guy was probably one of the biggest pranksters there was.
Oh yeah,
on the road. There's a lot of Owen prank stories.
That one that D'Lo Brown told was the greatest when he said he had him in a headlock and then he somehow untied his shoe and then he tied it back up and then 30 seconds later his other boots were undone. I was just like, heck no.
Oh my gosh, the things you don't see.
I think I remember Cornette telling a story about how he got this he got a phone call at a Raw, and he believed it was Owen imitating Stu, and apparently it was not Owen imitating Stu that he was talking to.
That's great.
Oh my god, yeah. Owen's been a lot of prank phone calls too in the day. The days where you didn't have a caller ID and you were getting calls by landline into your hotel room. So
ordered food when they really didn't order it.
Yeah.
Heck, wasn't pretty much Bret Hart's Hall of Fame speech pretty much Owen stories?
In a sense, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, there's just a lot of Owen stories out there. So
I just remember that one I heard that Bret told that he was so mad at Owen for kept on pranking him. They literally beat the hell out of each other until Owen said, "All right, enough. I'll leave you alone."
Yeah, I do remember that one too.
Oh man, but No, but Owen was a really good example of, to me, Owen was probably the prime example of what a family man for a wrestler on the road should be. Probably, I don't think there's nobody who's going to top that. To me, there's others that are close, but Owen was really dedicated to his kids, his wife. Definitely gone way too soon, and yeah, I mean it's a shame. So, I'm just trying to think about is there any other honorable dads that hardworking dads that maybe we haven't mentioned here. But these are the two that just popped out in my mind. Maybe there's something else here that you guys maybe are thinking of.
I got one that nobody ever talks about. I told Zach this earlier. Mark Henry in the hand.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dave. I had to get you with that one.
So,
oh my Lord!
I'm sorry, Dave. I knew I was going to get you with that, but I had to.
So for me, on a serious note, I would actually have to say Titus O'Neil, because you hear about the stories now about how Titus takes his, treats his family and everything's about his family back and working to do everything for his family. So Titus is that guy that is going out there helping kids, next generation. His family's part of that whole stuff with WWE, even helping with the next generation and really kind of keeping that flow together and how he pertains to his family and how he was raised by his mother, etc., and carried that on over into his kids. So that would be mine. Would be Titus O'Neil in today's wrestling.
Yeah, and he's more of a ambassador role now. I mean, obviously he's. I don't think he's no longer active wrestling, because after that greatest Royal Rumble, he came back home and his wife told him to stop tripping. So.
That was terrible. That was dear.
Well, it is Father's Day. Let's get the dad jokes out.
No, but honestly, no. I mean, Mark Henry seriously could be with the way his kids are, because they're always like competing and stuff, and he's always there for every bit of it.
Yeah, he talks about how he goes to almost all their events and how his son's a power lifter now too, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Like, and he's doing big stuff. Brock Lesnar would be another one. Brock Lesnar would be one that you'd have to talk about being a family man 100%. You see it all over the place where he's going to hockey games, going to his daughter's field events, etc. Like, he pours right back into his kids as the next generation. Daniel Bryan, Edge, John Moxley, those guys are people that talk about their kids constantly, on screen, off screen, like constantly talking about their kids. So it's all about the next generation for them.
And when you always see like Shane McMahon at his son's football games, he plays for IU.
Doesn't Shane actually? He was a coach at one time too, wasn't he, for one of his kids?
Yep.
But yeah, you're talking about Declan McMahon. Which, have you guys seen pictures of him? It's scary how much he looks like Vince.
Oh my!
Yeah, it's scary. Look it up. But we talk about great fathers, but I think there's one I think you're all going to agree with me on, and that's a father who made the ultimate sacrifice for his son, Chad Gaspard.
Oh
yes.
Good call. Good call.
Yes. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Chad. That's one of my favorite. Oh man, dude, that guy could have been so good.
I know, man. That's just so tragic. How he saved his kid and got swept away in the ocean. That's horrible. But
like, it was messed up was like 2 weeks before that happened. I tweeted him on Twitter and told him, I was like, you guys need to come back Crime Time and do something with Montez Ford, and just do like a segment or something. It would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
That would
have been funny. That definitely would have been funny. But no, just on a side note, what happened? What's up with the? Is WWE not doing the Warrior Award anymore?
Oh, they are. They did it last year. They gave it to.
I don't think they did it at the Hall of Fame this year.
I don't think they did either.
I don't think they gave it at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
I think it was like a internet thing they did potentially.
Oh.
But yeah, Chad, that man,
because he got it the year before then.
Yeah, well,
I think he got into 2022, I believe he got it.
Because JTG helped deliver it, and he wasn't even supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But Chad, that's one of my. I was a huge Crime Time fan, so like losing him, like that hurt. That hurt a lot. It hurt a lot of people. Chad's a good dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's kind of we're gonna move into maybe some on-screen dads or guys that are dads mainly in the role in wrestling. Here's one guy that we rarely ever, we don't talk about independents as much, but there's one guy around the independents that I don't know if he's made any type of AEW appearance or TNA appearance, but this guy has to be mentioned because he's been around.
He did AEW once.
Yeah, he's done some darks, if not mistaken, for AEW.
Okay,
yep.
So
yeah.
Well, they missed out on that show. They missed the boat there by canceling.
100% missed the boat on Dark.
Yeah. So
Dan the Dad.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So, Austin and Z, when you guys went to Glory Pro, was he there that night?
100%. Yep, he's been at several of the shows, and I'm one of those people that says, "Not my dad." Yeah. But no, Dan the Dad's great. So the last show that I went to for Glory Pro, Dan the Dad actually fought this man, Curry Man, to an awesome match where they fought over the mug for a little bit, which was hilarious because Dan always does like his kicks while he's sipping his mug and stuff, and he's a great for one. Dan the Dad can get it done in the ring and has great technical skills, has great ground attributes, does some high flying. One of the best drop kicks to date, in my opinion, is from Dan the Dad. So mad props there. Yeah. Clean drop kicks are always something beautiful. But just the character development and the goofiness of it is what makes him stand out so well. And he's done so many just awesome spots throughout wrestling with, I think, Anarchy. He's been there with Anarchy, if not mistaken. Glory Pro. AEW. So he's done a lot of things, and he's well-traveled guy, and he's from the St. Louis area.
Wow. Well, yeah. So he's around this area?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. That's
I'm
crazy.
going to make a note.
Yeah.
His old gimmick compared to this one, it's not even close. The dad gimmick is awesome.
Yeah, I just like to cut off jean shorts. That just gets me. It's like, what do you do? Wear cut off jean shorts.
Dude, he wears New Balance shoes in there.
No.
And they're like,
my God.
They're stained up. Like it's everything he does.
Like the grass stained white New Balance.
It's beautiful. Like Dan the Dad is somebody that people should be cherishing and enjoying because he is freaking hilarious.
Oh my God, it is funny.
And see, I'm my heart is still. I know Ruby doesn't agree sometimes with me. I'm a big fan of comedy wrestling, and if you can mesh the two together like that, like because I love wrestling and I love comedy, and if you can merge those two attributes together, you get great things. Think about Dan the Dad wrestling R-Truth.
Oh my God,
bro! Like
I'm trying to picture it right now.
Like if they bring back, I'm telling you right now, I don't give a crap what anyone says. We need the 24/7 title back, and let me do it. Give me Danhauser, Dan the Dad, R-Truth, and we can make something really special again and have a comedy, just fun, lightheartedness thing. Because these guys are, and he's so good in the ring, man, so good in the ring.
Yeah, well. The 24/7 title, I don't know. I just
shut up.
Nikki Cross did the right thing by putting it in the trash, and no one taking that out after that. But it's I mean, I sent Z a reel I discovered the other day that Brown Killings or Archers put out there. I don't know how long ago it was. He got pulled over by a police officer, and he asked for a photo. And he had to get out of his car to open a trunk, and he comes up with the 24/7 title. He turns around, and his the riding partner was in a referee shirt. And the cop tries to roll him up, and Archer kicks out at it too, gets back with the title, goes back in the driver's seat, drives off with the hatch open in his car. So he's got the trunk open going down the road.
I'm telling you, that stuff's hilarious. We're missing a whole thing. Us wrestling fans ruined something with that. By the way, that's another notable dad out there is R-Truth.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was late one night, because I follow him on Instagram, when he goes live, I always get his notifications. He was like going live at 9:45 at night. I'm like, well, what the heck's he gonna do? Because I like hearing his music, but then he starts off with "What's Up," and I'm like, come on, man, I've heard that, and I had to turn it off. I will say it's better than him doing "What's Up," because Miz is just killing me.
Yeah, Miz is terrible at saying "What's up."
Shut up, it's hilarious.
I know he's your boy, Z, but he's killing me with the big old freaking alien bug-eyed glasses, bro. That's gotta go away.
Oh no, Miz is hilarious. Miz is hilarious. He's another one. He's another one that could fit really well in a comedy role if they would let him do it.
Yeah, interestingly enough, also watching Miz and Mrs. We're talking about guys who are great dads behind the scenes. I would put the Miz in there.
Oh, 100%. The fact that he has to deal with his mother-in-law, Maurice, and two other little girls.
Margot is a national treasure.
Come on.
I don't know what nation, but she is a national treasure.
Miz cracks me up with all that, but no, Dan the Dad is like one of the best. I don't even know if he has real kids, but like when you're in that arena, and he comes out there, and everybody's like, "That's my dad. That's my dad." The atmosphere changes. It's a beautiful thing. Mad props to Dan the Dad. I would love to get him on here one day because that guy is fun to talk to. Good guy.
Yeah, who knows? We might be able to do it. Might be able to pull it off. So we'll see.
We can make break characters, Zach. We've done that before.
Yeah, we have. We've broken them a couple times.
Hey, Don, thanks for joining us. Man, I'll tell you.
Yeah, Zmiz, I don't think no wrestler is safe with us. You, me, and Chris and Adam. There's.
Oh no, we've broke.
Everybody.
We broke some. We had you post what was it? Anarchy has him coming in. The one called Mandarin. Yeah. we actually had him one show at Glory Pro come over to us at the seat and go, "You guys need to calm down."
He's like, "You're being louder than the rest of the crowd." I was like, "Oh, they suck. It ain't my fault."
Yeah, exactly.
I love Mandarin. He's
I was like, dude. four guys compared to about another 45 people. That's pretty damn bad if you can't be louder than us.
It was at a Glory Pro show where Ricky the Dragon Steamboat literally said that we were four real fans. So, give it up.
I don't think we cheered for nobody louder than Beefcake.
Oh, I love Beefcake. That's a whole nother thing.
Oh man,
White Mike.
I miss that guy. That guy was great.
Let's talk about the most popular father figure on camera right now.
Yes,
dude, his promo last night. Oh my god. This man knows no bounds of how far he's going to push the envelope on that mic. Christian, I thought Christian going to TNA was the best thing that we've ever seen. That is the best Christian was ever going to get. No way. this man in this run that he's doing with AEW and Nick and Luchasaurus and Nick's mom, like, it's a thing of masterpiece, and that he is calling. He literally shoot his own kid off TV. Told the cameraman check her credentials because I don't think she's supposed to be back here. Like, dude is a hero when it comes to dirtbag fathers. I love Christian.
Like, he doesn't even have to wrestle. All he needs to do is talk, and I'd be happy.
No, dude, Christian, like, if Christian ever goes and actually puts the boots away, God forbid, like, I will be sad because Christian Cage has always been one of my favorite wrestlers. I was a big fan of him when he broke away and, the peeps and all that kind of stuff. But this whole father figure thing, it brings a whole new level of just shittery and dirtiness, and like people actually wanting to see him get beat up. I say bring Dan the Dad in. Bring Dan the Dad in to fight him and call it a day. You might want to take the new logo off there, buddy.
But it's nice, but then I'm covering myself, so I wish I could have it on the other side. But, yeah, can't do that.
Now I'm not gonna lie. With Christian, what he is the work he is doing is top notch. I just feel like he's being hamstrung by the people in his group.
No. Did you see last night's promo where Nick gave him a Father's Day card?
No, I didn't. But,
he's like, your dad dying was the best thing to happen to you because it brought you to me. I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah. The problem is though, he brought his mom with him, who needs more personality to be a Stepford wife. Yes, said it.
Wow. He's got a point.
Wow. She's just a little eye candy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's fun. Whatever. I'm down with it. I'm down with Christian Cage as the father figure.
Yeah, but like I said, what he's doing, great, top notch heel work.
It's kind of good where some of these guys reinvent themselves, or somebody different reinventing themselves, other than Jericho. But
Hey, you cannot disrespect the learning tree.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm not paying $160 for a promo. Get the hell out of here with that.
Did you hear what Swerve said about Jericho and his body? He said his body looks like a Tetris board.
Yeah.
I screamed. I woke up my girlfriend. I was laughing so hard because I didn't laugh out loud, but I kept shaking the bed. I'm sitting there shaking. She's like, "What are you doing?" I was just like, "Is it something I just heard?" I can't help but laugh.
It looks like a Tetris board.
Christian Cage is one of the greatest on-screen fathers.
Oh my gosh, that's that's great. Oh, let's see, was that the? Oh, well, yeah, we got one more we want to talk about as far as that. No, actually, we got a couple more we're going to talk about here. Let's talk about storylines. Yeah, in regards to.
I was going to say, you better have the deadbeat dad in here. Oh, okay. The custody battle.
Yeah, we're probably going to have another one here in a little bit over Dominic.
I'm still questioning if Dominic's not Eddie's kid.
Dude, he looks the best part is he could pass it with the way his hair is and that mustache.
You can tell that's Ray's boy right there. Like, they look just like each other.
I think he looks more like Angie. I think there's
but
going on.
But now he could pass as Eddie's kid right now.
Oh, 100%. Like,
you think that isn't intentional? The way he's looking.
I'm just saying. I know. I mean, but I'm saying you look at him there, you could tell that it's Ray's kid or whatever. But if they did that match right now today, it could be Eddie's kid.
The great thing about this whole storyline with Ray and Dominic now and what Eddie and Ray did over Dominic then is how long this storyline. This is legitimate long-term storytelling. Like, this is the longest storytelling you could ever get, in my opinion, in professional wrestling, because they've spanned this one for generations now.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Don't worry, in 20 years it'll all make sense.
And that Ray went on TV, not TV, it was on a podcast, and they talked about the custody match, and Ray legitimately said, "I wish I would have lost it now." Dude, I cannot get over how well this family's doing, because like even Aaliyah just had a tweet or something, or said something about Dominic's like he's a piece of shit even at home kind of thing. Like, so like they're keeping this whole storyline going, the whole bit. Dominic, I think Dominic's right. I think Ray's a deadbeat dad. Like Ray's a deadbeat dad, 100%.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, and then everybody's turning on Ray. Carlito's turning on him. Andrade turned on it. No, not Andrade.
Escobar.
Yeah, Santos did. Yeah, Escobar.
Look, they need to give Carlito his music back. He's here.
I agree.
Yeah, we need some Caribbean cool music back.
I mean, he's still spitting in people's face with an apple, so you might as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing with the Judgment Day and everything else, but I think we need those colors and that.
He's there for Dom, dude.
Yeah,
he's there for Dom. I'm almost certain that's the whole thing. Is like Dom's building his own little crew. Just wait.
That'll be interesting, and it's gonna be interesting whenever Rhea decides to come back.
Look, I'd love to be in Dom's shoes.
Yeah, he's definitely got
a three-way battle.
Could we see another custody battle? Can we see that, please, WWE? Can we see Liv Morgan and Rhea fight over the custody of little Dominic Mysterio?
Look, that man's got a Raw show, a SmackDown show, and a Go Back Home show.
Right, yeah.
I swear, I must be the only person who doesn't care for Liv Morgan.
I don't mind her. She's not one of my top tiers.
She's not my first pick, but I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
Fall Back Tuesday, at least.
Fall Back Tuesday.
Wow.
Damn. Wow.
Hey, can we go back to the beginning real quick before we go on to the next one? We didn't bring up Dusty Rhodes as dads too.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Because Cody, all those they talk about him being such a family man and that he sold so much, did so much for the family, selling his watch, all kinds of stuff to just pay for the bills and busting his ass. So we got to give it up for Dusty. I know there's people out there who don't like him, but
how can he not?
The guy was. I don't know. I've heard stories. Now, so like he was top tier though when it came to certain things, and family was one of them.
Did car commercials just to keep a car.
Yep. Yeah. So like doing that crazy stuff to stay afloat, that earns a prop right there, in my opinion.
I mean, I met him once. He was cool as heck. I mean, I parked in his parking spot, but I met him.
All right.
Shouldn't have parked in his parking spot.
Well, I didn't know it was. I ain't never been down there. There was no sign, so how the hell was I supposed to know?
Right. Well, I mean, maybe you would have been able to meet him if you did that. So.
Yeah, I know. So I wasn't complaining. All I got was a nice to meet you, son, baby. Just don't park in my parking spot. I was like, yes, sir.
That's funny.
But then you think about him raising his actual, what he did for his family, and then, what's the first group of NXT? What are they referred to as? Dusty's kids.
Yep.
Right. Exactly.
So, his fatherhood spans more than just his own children.
Yeah. Because there's no way in heck these kids today, like, Roman and all those guys that were in there, it would have been as good as it was if he wasn't there.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. Dusty, definitely a hard-working man and legendary name of the business. So, absolutely. Let's talk. What about another? Let's see. Did I say at least two more? Oh, here's another one. Let's talk about comedic storylines. You were talking about Austin. You were talking about Mark Henry in the hand for crying out loud. But
I'm sorry, Dave. I just couldn't help it. It was too damn funny.
what about this?
The illegitimate son. Yes.
It should have been Sandman.
Dude.
Man, that's funny.
Look,
Everybody thought it was Mr. Kennedy.
from what I gather, it was supposed to be, but then the drug test. But
yeah. But then it comes out being Hornswoggle, and he's dude. And Hornswoggle is also our Raw GM.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Swoggle, he's had a career.
Dude,
Yeah.
his podcast is funny as hell.
You were talking about him and Kofi Kingston's, right? The episode that I still have not gone back and watched that, but I've seen bits and pieces of it where he talks about that wasn't at that podcast. I think that was when he was talking to Chris Vance, or not Chris
Van Vliet.
Yeah, Vance Leesley.
His is good too.
Where he's like, man, shut up. When he first came on to WWE, he was only supposed to be there for like 6 months tops, and he ended up being there like 10 years.
Yeah,
or something like that. Like he stayed an active person for way past the time he was supposed to be, and that's awesome that he was able to do that and keep like connecting with different things and doing other things when it came to progressing his character. And this is one of them. This is becoming, Vince McMahon's illegitimate child.
Well, you're going to be mad at this, Miz, because we all know Miz is your boy. But on that one I was trying to get you to listen to on his podcast with Kofi, they tell the story about how him and Kofi were playing what's that game you play? Rockstar, where you're doing drums and guitar.
Rock band?
Rock band guitar. Yeah. And Miz was trying to do it himself, but he couldn't keep up. So Miz bet Kofi, said, if you win this, I'll stop playing. And Kofi's like, all right, if I win, I get to sign your guitar and I get to keep it. And then, that's what I tagged you in on Twitter. And Miz lost by like a landslide. He couldn't keep up. He's like, slow it down. Stop.
Miz is actually not the best on video games if you ever watch him on Up, Up, Down, Down.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Like, because they said he tried to keep up with Kofi and him, and he just couldn't do it.
He did win. He did win a tournament once on there, but
that's funny.
I love Up, Up, Down, Down. That's just hilarious.
I'm trying to think if there's any other like storyline ones. Well, wasn't there one involving like the Sandman and like Raven?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was when Raven went. His mom came, and we see that Raven was actually a trust fund kid, and Sandman was a stepdad, and it was really weird.
Well,
yeah,
we got keep going. No, you go.
I was gonna say because like they had Sandman's kid dress up like Raven, put on the jacket, doing the pose with his arms out.
Oh, that was something different.
Was it? Oh, okay. Well,
that was in ECW. I think he's talking about the WCW one.
Oh, okay. My bad. But yeah, that was another one though.
I remember Sandman's kid coming out dressed like Raven, then his kid cracking him over the head with a kendo stick. I remember that.
Yeah. So. Yeah, there was 2 times when Raven and Sandman had a father-son had a dad thing going.
Oh my!
You can't forget about Paul Bear and Kane.
Oh yeah.
Oh right.
There you go.
Can't forget about that storyline. That was a great family storyline. Where he saved Kane from the fire and all that kind of stuff. But then you can also, the one that dropped the ball completely, Kurt Angle. And now see that Jason Jordan was his illegitimate child. Horrible.
I don't know where that was.
I mean,
going.
it could have worked because Kurt Angle did say he liked the sisters.
Yeah, Kurt Angle is known for his love of brown sugar.
I mean, old girl from TNA, that tall
Rocket Khan.
Rocket Khan, yeah.
Yeah.
She was also the Basham brothers.
No, that's something totally different.
Yeah, those
was it
different?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the same person.
Nope.
No, sir.
Two totally different women.
Whatever. My bad.
But I said it like it could have worked. I mean, he was brown, so I mean, he could have had Kurt Angle as his father. I mean, why you think I'm here?
You have a little cream in your chocolate, is that what you're saying?
I mean, my mom's white, so one of the originals out of the 80s.
God dang it, Scott.
Wow, holy crap.
Sorry, that was my one for the night. I couldn't help it.
On camera, anyway. I mean,
at least your dad didn't run out of toner.
Oh,
Damn!
He's gonna turn the
Wow!
Got it!
Oh, Austin, man. What am I gonna do with you, brother?
I don't know what you'd do without me. What are you talking about?
That's a fact.
Too bad I ain't got the clapper lights. It'd be a lot more hilarious.
I'm trying to think other dads in like wrestling now. Like I mean,
honestly, I really can't think of any.
We're talking about good dads, right? I mean, we could talk about dads that weren't the greatest.
We've already talked about Ray.
I was going to talk about Fritz Von Erich, but
Ooh,
wow.
Ooh. That's.
Is that according to the movie, or is that
Well, the movies like to embellish. Yeah.
Yeah, or not tell the entire story, but
yeah.
I mean, we could also bring up Stu Hart too. We brought up Owen out of the family, but Stu being a dad that pushed his kids harder than any other dad in the business to make a dynasty family in the industry. That's crazy on itself right then. And then you got to go Roman Reigns, Rikishi, Jimmy, and Jay. Like, they have kids. Like, all those guys. Well, no, Jimmy doesn't have kids, I don't think.
No.
Does he?
Yeah, he has kids.
They both have kids.
Really? But
I think he had one before he married old girl.
Okay, that's
about the entire Samoan
dynasty. I think he had two before he married Naomi.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking. Think about that, bro. That's a family affair right there. That literally they kept it in the family. They kept the industry in the family. Not that way. Stop. Stop. We ain't Vince
words carefully.
We ain't Vince McMahon pulling some ideas out of his hat, right? We're not
good
doing
Lord.
that.
This isn't Kentucky over here.
But like,
I'm expecting to hear banjos any minute.
They worked so hard as a family and as a unit, and had each other's backs to produce.
We're still on the Hearts, right?
Now I've moved over to the Alphas, actually.
Oh, okay. We're on Samoan Dynasty.
Yeah, because that dynasty on its own, like, they've worked so hard to build this unit that is just embellished in wrestling. You can't go anywhere in professional wrestling and not know who they are.
That's an episode of Maury Pulvin in the wrestling community.
That's crazy to think about. So, I mean, I didn't mean to make it left turn it, but god dang.
Well, I mean, well, now bringing up Kentucky, the only thing that comes to mind is when somebody says, "Oh, you smell like the inside of my mama's purse."
Stop it.
Good Lord. Wow.
But I mean, you think about, there's there's so many, as you want to say, royal families in wrestling. That's probably a show in and of itself.
I mean, you got the Jarretts. Jeff Jarrett's dad bailed him out how many times in professional wrestling? Come on, man, that's a good dad.
Yeah, but then you go one step higher with Christine Jarrett.
Yeah. So there's so many great dads in professional wrestling, and so many bad dads too. We've heard all the stories of different people of dads where the kids found their dads, unfortunately, with a couple bottles in their hands and on the floor or something, and they've had to help them. So you got the horror stories too, but the world of professional wrestling has many good and bad. Yeah, what do you want to say?
The Von Erichs.
What?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was looking at something else. My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
The Von Erichs. That's another one.
We already tried to touch on that, and we kind of just.
Oh well, we messed it. Well, you talked about good and bad.
Yeah. I got you, but I'm trying to think of who else we can I mean, AJ Styles is one of those dads.
Yeah.
AJ Styles is one of those dads. I mean, that man's already talking about hanging up his boots just so he can be a dad now.
Oh, dude, that oh, look, he's learning from Zmiz.
He's not doing some happy little trees.
No, dude, that comment that Cody made to AJ, he's like, "You're having your Mark Henry moment." that was
when he was doing that, when everything building up to this, I'm like, AJ's wearing the wrong jacket.
Yeah, it should be salmon.
Exactly.
Should have been salmon, but
Yeah, that was
I would
great.
say he should have asked Mark if he could have borrowed it, but it'd have been like a dang nightgown on him.
Right? Yeah. Shoot. So, we're going to
remove that one.
Yeah, apparently somebody's coming on here doing some advertising. What in the world is going on? So
they advertising their stuff on your stuff?
No, there's apparently somebody on Twitch that's we got spam bots on Twitch apparently trying to get into our show. So
damn bums.
Yeah, damn bums.
We just can't have nice things.
Hey.
Well, since we're waiting a second, Ruby, I got a question for you. It's been a while, but I had to ask you this. Did you get that 4-year plan or a lifetime plan on that green card?
On the green card?
Yeah.
What green card?
Remember I asked you when we did our episode for the St. Patrick's Day and you were still having trouble with your Facebook and I told you to get a green card.
Oh. There. Yeah. No, I'm paying made $11.99 a month to make sure I keep myself valid. So yeah, they're getting that from me. I don't know. I really enforce the security of my accounts now. So I don't know. I may just tell
he's verified.
Tell them blue check mark and stick over to Sun Don't Shine. I could spend $12 elsewhere a month.
Oh man.
I don't know. I'm actually tired of it myself.
Dude, that look on your face though when I told you to get a green card, that'll live forever. I mean, you guys just cracked up, and he's just like, "Oh, you right."
You are a mighty jokester.
Yeah. Well, speaking of jokester, let's kind of take back from what we were talking about dads. Now we got a different segment here for you this week here. So coming at you here is. We haven't had this in a while.
Here's your sign, here's your sign, here's your stupid sign.
There you go. It's funny fan signs, everybody.
Yes.
We haven't had
I do like the fact that signs have made a comeback.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do. Yeah, I like it too. So yeah, we got a good handful here for you this week here in regards to this. First off, let's kind of take a look at this about about how Roman Reigns to use the bathroom.
Well, I mean, that look on his face, he looks like he's giving birth.
Well,
I miss Roman.
Dude, his comeback's gonna be huge.
Oh yeah.
I think it's going to be bigger than his heel run, or quote unquote.
Him and Brock are hugging it out. So, so apparently, the fan believes that Roman Reigns sits down.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Oh, we're just getting started, buddy. Just wait. So for our next one here.
You're not wrong.
Jabroni. Black Adam sucks.
Black Adam needed to get better to suck.
And I just love how, like, it's somebody in the far background, Jabroni side, just clapped in to the Black Adam side. That's great.
It's a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, that's a beautiful combination right there.
Rock ruins everything.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know.
And let's see, our next one here, I may have to read it out here for you, but it says, my husband says if I go to one more WWF match, he's going to leave me. God, I'm going to miss him.
I've seen this one before, and I can understand that, ma'am. You don't need that toxic energy in your life.
Boy,
somebody needs to marry that woman.
I'll say that hair's got to be 1994 or 5.
Yeah. Well, it's WWF, so.
The hot pink blaze, the hot pink blazer with the shoulder pads definitely says early 90s.
Well, it's the Attitude WWF logo, so
that's
97, 98.
Yeah, that's 97.
Well, okay, well, she left work, then came straight to the show.
Well,
yeah,
she obviously left her husband too at the same time. So
that's right.
She don't care.
She left her hairdo from 91 and her husband back at the house. So I mean.
Well, again, I agree. I gotta go back to it. Yeah, if someone doesn't like your fandom, screw them. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life.
Facts.
Yeah, I've been victim of it at least twice, so you know it's. I brought out the BBG spray and it worked every time. So.
Well, it comes to work out because I don't like people in general. They get on my nerves. So when someone says they don't like me, it's even better.
There you go. Let's see. Let's look at our next one here. This is from Anarchy Rules 99. Jack is right there. Hung up against the rail, and it's a white.
His legs gave out.
Jack is my daddy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. New Jack
in the room too.
His dark side of the ring was messed up.
Oh, bro.
He is dark.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was totally dark.
He's got to love pumpkin pie though.
Yeah. And our last sign here is.
Well, you came to the right place, sir.
It's Dosey. That's where the big boys play.
See.
I can't tell. I'm assuming this is a woman.
That's Bertha.
Oh, that's Bertha. Who came to see man boobies. So apparently.
Look, see, Zmiz, like, you've known me for long enough. I can't say what I want to say, but you know what I'm going to say.
Yeah. Pull a hat out of Scott. A line out of Scott Steiner's book.
I can't say it because we're on live, so I'll just shut up. Just quote me out of this one, guys.
Seems like this guy's dream match is PN News versus Roadblock.
Well, then they're going to have to put her in the match for the Roadblock.
Oh,
yo, baby, yo, baby, yo.
Oh, you're terrible.
Oh, moo, 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 moo.
Mervin all over.
Yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoyed those here. So some good, some fan signs. Oh, you know what the hell? We'll go ahead and do something with this here too.
Yes, golden. Gotta love golden
beans as well. It's a special night here for you. And guys, guess what? If you haven't heard, WWE films are at it again, doing some remakes. you know, and they got a good plot for this one. Yes, sir. It's Twilight.
So
That was good.
So is Rhea the wolf?
I don't know.
How does that one file? Like who's the wolf? Who's the vampire? Liv, Rhea.
Liv's got to be the vampire.
Okay, so Rhea's the wolf. I'm still going wolf then. Yep, 100%.
That's it. This is the only Twilight Saga I want to see. I want to see what happens in this movie.
Which makes Dom the one that can't complete a sentence.
Has to mumble through things.
That's right. Let's see. Let's see for our first official one here. Let's see. Oh yeah, divorcement after 40 on dating apps. Right.
Golf, work.
So bad.
Yeah, here's the way I look at this. First one's golf, work, gym, Viagra didn't work.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. You know, I've heard a lot too that these are usually guys in their late 40s that are doing all different headshots. You know, trying to
better watch out.
Trying to see what they could pick up on see what type of meal they could pick up on Tinder.
So Ruby, that means you're next, right?
No, bro. I'm off the market. I'm gonna stay off the market. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
I'm talking about pictures in general.
That too.
I was gonna say you've had a couple of these photos, Ruby. You might be taken.
Yeah, just I don't put much out there because I might be catfished or something using my photos.
Well, just post that old picture that you always make yourself with the blonde hair, man. See what that gets you.
That's all right. I think I'm good. I think I'm good, bro. Let's see our next one here. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is a multi-parter here.
Oh yeah,
Eddie Guerrero.
Little Jerry acted like Eddie Guerrero, and then there's Eddie's opponent, and then
wow.
That's beautiful.
Oh,
The old sad part is I remember that episode that he hands the dog the piece of wood and then he hits him with the wood.
this is why I miss Eddie.
I can watch Tom and Jerry in this era all day long.
See,
it's on Tubi.
I hate it when they try to redo all these classic cartoons. It was so stupid, like redoing DuckTales, Tom and Jerry. I was like, my niece wanted to watch. She's like, I'm watching the old stuff. We ain't watching this new crap. Forget it.
Right. No.
I don't know. I like the new DuckTales.
This.
But the intro alone to the old one has me sold.
100%.
Oh yeah.
And guys, yeah, I felt a. This is actually a true story feel here today. With this, when you order 20 nuggets and they give you one sauce.
Fact. Fact.
That's not perfect, man. That's not perfect.
Yeah, it's not coming out of your pay. Come on.
So this was almost true for me today when we did order late lunch at McDonald's. No sauce at all. Even though I put it through the app, I said, I paid for it, even for extra. Nope. And these clowns want to know why we are having a fit for them trying to get $15 an hour. This is why. Because you can't get right. So I'm sorry, you can't. There's a reason why you work fast food and you get low wages. One, you got to work your way up, and two, if you've been working there and you're in your 40s and you're not management, there's a problem with you. So get it right. That's all I'm saying.
So speaking of McDonald's, I know I'm going to hell for telling this story, but I don't care because it was worth every bit of it.
You.
So half the time the person sitting down at the first window to get your money, they're sitting down, right? They ain't standing up. Well, I had Bertha checking me out, get my money and shit. She stood up and it sits back down and the chair gives way. She falls to the ground and all I could do is pull forward because I was going to die laughing if I stayed there.
Did you get your money?
Oh, I got my card. She was literally asking me, do you want your receipt? You just hear the chair go clink. I was like, woo! Drive. My girlfriend's like, shut up. I'm like, oh.
That's why you don't bring your plastic lawn chairs to McDonald's, people.
Oh,
I didn't know they could sit down.
Metal ones.
When I worked there, we couldn't sit down. I had to stand the whole time.
Yeah,
All 8
same
hours.
here.
when you have cankles with no support, I guess they do that.
Damn. Wow.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Damn.
Well, to be fair, I was north of 300 when I was working at McDonald's. So
Well, I live in Evansville, where it's probably like the number one obese city in damn near America because all they build is Dollar Generals and fast food joints. So, yeah. Trust me.
I've had an Evansville era trying to book. I'm not going back. It's gonna take a lot to get me to go back to Evansville. So
like here's the best way to describe Evansville. If you ever seen an episode of Family Guy where those 3 girls who are in good decent shape were taking a selfie and then they spring together and make one big fat girl, that's Evansville.
yeah. Sounds about right.
That's messed up.
How do you think I got all my heat in wrestling?
Sure.
You're terrible, dude.
Guys, get ready for this one.
I'm a truth teller.
Yep.
Get ready
Let's
for
do
this
it.
one.
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We don't talk enough
Oh,
about how
wow.
Logan Paul might actually be Johnny Lawrence from The Karate Kid.
Wow. Wow.
That's good.
That's
I don't
good.
see it.
That's,
You
good.
don't see it.
that's good. How about this past weekend or this past week on SmackDown when LA Knight broke into his house and was sitting in his pool?
Well, did you listen to the dude? He didn't break in. They let him in.
This stuff is so good, dude. Oh, I absolutely love it. Logan Paul's great.
I'm just glad he's one of those celebrities that they brought in and can actually work, not some celebrity thrown in our face and ain't worth a crap in the ring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. The only one that's missing and that's actually got a good work ethic is Bad Bunny, and
Yeah, he was good too.
he was decent, but I'm sorry, Logan Paul tops the
yeah.
Paul's
coming in.
amazing.
I tell you what though, I still can't get over that pop that he got in Puerto Rico when they did that whatever you want to call it, street fight, hardcore match or whatever. That
Yeah.
pop was insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. And we got one more here for you guys, and this might lead into our next topic here. But the feeling you get when you say something messed up and getting looks from others, realizing there's no going back.
Austin all night.
I take pride in what I say.
I know you
Every
do.
show I've ever commentated.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, shoot. So that's obviously from yesterday.
Clash of the Castle. Yeah.
Yes. So there's a good view up here with Wade Barrett just throwing his pin down and pouting and arms folded because of what happened here. So that's our
He didn't get it sauce with his nuggets either.
Yeah, he didn't get no sauce either. Right. He didn't get ketchup for fries. He didn't get a straw for his drink. They said, F you, Wade. You find your own way to eat.
They just tossed the nuggets at him individually.
No chips with your fish. Oh my God, what the heck is going on?
No life.
I don't know. There's still people trying to chime in here on what the hell, people. I don't know. He better not be
Bots.
from X. I don't know. These people that are coming in, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I tried to tell them tax season's over. You got to get a new job, but they don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Right. So, let's see. Let's kind of talk about here. Let's talk about best weight because we are going to talk about the clash here. We kind of could go through the card, but I will say one thing though. In all those three matches they predicted, like the Scottish wrestlers involved, and who needed to win. Who did I say the only match was going to have a new champion? Did
Tag
I
team.
not call the tag team championship somehow getting over?
Yep.
So Alba Fire and Nyla Dawn walk out the WWE Women's Tag Champions, and it's good how they did it perfectly on how they got the titles too, making Bianca and Jade still look strong. And I believe that
they used their tag team finisher.
Yep, they used their tag team finisher,
and then Isla hit her with a German suplex.
Yep.
She rolled the outside, and then Belair's coming in. Alba Fire grabs her, pulls her back. 1, 2, 3. It's over with. And I think all the women did actually a stellar job. Jade needs to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, she needs to slow down a little bit more because she's going too fast, and she's just not used to that style. She needs to stay to the powerhouse game because I love them as a tag team, and I love the whole premise of it. It brings a new character development to the tag team world in the females. So that whole thing is perfect. I think it went perfect. For me, match of the night was Cody versus AJ Styles with Drew and Priest definitely right there behind them. But for me, it's AJ versus Cody. Go ahead.
I think Jade, like what happened with Jade, because everybody's giving Jade crap about falling over that rope spot, coming into the ring. I just think she's not used to that many people in one match.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with it. Commentary covered it up really nice for her, talking about being a high spot, and that's what you get for being a high spot. Like no one pooped on Damian Priest when he slipped and dang near broke. Yeah, like that man almost broke his ankle. Come on, Kat, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm surprised I'm not having that problem.
Yeah.
I got Sam right here staring at me.
What was the last week that your cat was?
Yeah, she was literally back there. I didn't even know it. We were talking.
Back on the shelf, mind you, behind you, over your right shoulder, was going in and out of your fingers and everything. I was like, oh my god, that cat's gonna knock something over. That's too funny.
They do it all the time.
Laughing. But,
that's what I love about Grunt. He's a fat English bulldog. All he wants to do is eat, sleep, and shit, and he's done.
But getting back to that, I think Jade had a bad night, and sometimes you have that. You have bad nights.
Well, since coming to the main or WWE's main roster, she's had a couple squabbles and missteps. Shayna didn't do any better in that match, if you ask me. And Shayna's such a solid wrestler.
Exactly.
Shayna was missing steps too. But that's wrestling. It's going to happen. Like, you can't get mad at them for getting out of sync, get whatever, things are going to happen to where missteps are going to happen. If they can cover it up, if commentary can cover it up, make it look good, and talk about it, and put the sugar on top to mask it, the ref help mask it, the wrestlers help mask it. Like, that's the best part about wrestling. My favorite part about wrestling, and I think I've said this to you before, Ruby, but my favorite part about wrestling is when wrestlers fumble. Some people see it, but when they cover it up or make it blend with the match so well that you don't know it's a fumble, and then 2 weeks later, whatever it may be, or 2 months later, 2 years later, we're talking about that match, and they're like, yeah, we fudged that up hard. We we messed it up good. But you're like, really? Because then you go back and watch it, like, that's a good cover. Like, I did not realize it back then. That's what wrestling, that's the staple of professional wrestling right there for me.
See, you really can't give people crap like when they only mess up like once in a while, like last night with like the two girls did. And like, it's not like it's a constant mess up for somebody who's terrible, like a Nia Jax or something like that.
No.
But
I agree.
If it's somebody who's barely going on, you can't give them crap.
No, it's fine. Like, the show was really fun, in my opinion. Everybody's like, They're mad. I mean,
Oh,
the
yeah,
Scottish people deserve to be mad. That's for sure.
Oh my god, dude! People cry. Like, look, I love wrestling, but I'll never get to a point where I'm going to cry because somebody lost. I mean, the most everybody knows on the show, Shawn Michaels is my all-time favorite wrestler. But I mean, when he retired, yeah, I was upset. But I'm not going to like F you Undertaker and all that crap. These people were like hurt.
Samantha Irvin's trying to close out the show for like the live crowd, and they are. Did you see that video?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
They are booing the crap out of her, and people are like online. They're like, "Oh, Scottish people shouldn't go back to a WWE event ever." Blah blah blah. Why? Like just because they're in Scotland, they want you want Drew to win? Where does that make? Shut up. Shut up. And then CM Punk, CM Punk on the press conference at the end of it all. Press conferences are my favorite. I enjoy them so much.
Yes. I agree.
Somebody goes, so CM Punk, when you come back, I think you and Drew should go right into a Hell in a Cell match. CM Punk's like, and that's why I'm glad you keep that fantasy booking to yourself.
Oh,
Exactly.
Exactly.
He's like, this is why I don't like it live interviews or whatever he said.
He's like, I try not to do media because I can't stand most of you people.
Yeah, I was about to say, who screens these people?
It's like somebody won a contest and now you get to be the reporter for a day or something.
This stuff is hilarious. Oh my god!
I don't know. The way the guy asked that question, I thought he came in 6th in that contest.
Out of 6.
Either myself or Zmiz should be going down to these freaking press conferences that can ask a legitimate question. We know what we're talking about, and Chris
so we're not getting
or whatever. I don't know. He's always getting these guys in here. I don't know what his race to fame or stardom is or what.
His podcasts are good, man. We could learn some stuff from him. He's good.
Who's that?
Yeah,
Chris.
I forgot who earlier in the year who he got roasted by on a bad question. I don't know who tore him a new one. I forgot.
Didn't Roman?
Who it was. Oh yeah, it was Roman. Thank you.
Yeah, it was Roman, if not mistaken. Just Friday.
I died laughing. I was like, "That's what you get for being stupid, asking a question like that, bro." Nah, you got to know what you're asking instead of, like, "Hey, I'm going to have these guys on here." And he may have a good show, but I got better things to do with my time.
We're talking about Chris Van Vliet.
Yeah.
Hey, he got Meltzer to snitch on himself. So
he did get Meltzer to snitch on him.
Yeah, that's probably about the only good thing. Oh, Meltzer, geez. Meltzer just needs to know when to say when.
Dave Meltzer needs to find a retirement home and just shut up because I can't stand the guy.
Well, I just I don't get it. I mean, I really don't get why they're still pandering to this guy who is not going to be relevant for anything. I mean, this Wrestling Observer newsletter, he's still doing a newsletter in what? Hello, bro. It's 2024. Everything's going online pretty much.
No, the bro is somebody else, but
yeah.
But like I used to listen to something to wrestle with a lot, just like at work or something to listen to. And they always mention that guy. Like, why do you need to get his 2 cents in every freaking show? It's weird.
I mean, okay, so not that I'm trying to like advocate for him by any means, but we do the same stuff with like Jim Cornette. There's so many other guys that I listen to just to understand their points of views on professional wrestling. So, I mean, that's kind of the thing. Like, he's coming from a fan point of view, so that's why I kind of listen to him. But, yeah, I don't hold stock to his thing. I don't care. Sometimes I'm like, okay, you got it right.
Sometimes we need to hear this point of view because then we can look back and say, God, I'm so glad you don't book this crap. Or like, no, like you're looking at a perspective that is totally not the way it's going right now or the way it should be going, and or you're just anything in regards to that. So it's horrible. But getting back to what Terry was putting back in here, I mean, yes, I understand about having a title change in Scotland because, I mean, yeah, I know in Leon there was no title change. I understand that. Okay. But really, there's no French-born wrestler that was going there to compete. Okay, you've got Scottish blood and everything else. I mean, they're just trying to build a brand, and it's the WWE Women's Tag Titles in a triple threat. It was more than likely going to somehow get changed because you're not going to change Drew only at Damian Priest not having a title for almost 3 months, and you're not. I'm not sold on Piper Niven. As a women's, even though she's good, I'm not sold on her.
Bro, that match was solid though.
It was.
So
it was.
So for futures, she solidified herself in front of her home crowd as a potential contender down the road, and that's what people are mistaking. That's where they're failing to see anything. Plus, with Drew, there's a whole bigger picture. That dude's getting a whole bigger payday eventually. Like, come on, man! Like, he's in a storyline that he doesn't need the title. Drew potentially can surpass that point where we're like, okay, this person needs the belt or he should have the belt. But he's getting to the point with a CM Punk feud. These two don't need that. This is a legit grudge match. This is a match where we legitimately want to see these two dudes break each other's faces off and put on the best performance out there. Piper Niven's, like I said, she solidified her as a future champion in that match. And if you do not see it that way, go back and rewatch that match because her and Bayley put down a clinic for women's match. And Piper Niven being as athletically gifted as she is for a big woman, god dang, hats off. I cannot wait to watch her wrestle again because she continues to get better and better and better. So the perfect idea was this: they're trying to rebuild the female tag team division. Why not give it to another tag team in the female tag team division? And it just happened to be their hometown. Like, it just happened to be that they won there, guys.
Well, and that, another thing I think is okay, you got SummerSlam coming up, and you got the girls just lost the titles, Bianca Belair and
Jade Cargill.
That's going to be a match at SummerSlam. I'm calling that right now.
What, them two facing each other, or
yes,
the tag team?
The facing each other.
No, we hold that off until WrestleMania. Don't even pull that yet. Okay. Don't even pull that card yet. Don't even pull that card yet.
That's way too fast.
Yeah, don't even pull that card yet. Their tension breaks at the Royal Rumble. In the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree, but I mean, it's going to happen. Don't get me wrong, it's going to happen, but it can't. I wouldn't let it happen yet.
I could see a rematch at SummerSlam with them being there for the titles.
I mean, we still got Money in the Bank in between too.
Yeah.
So.
But no, we're Triple H is thinking long-term story. They're looking for the distance. They're booking literally 6 to 8 months out.
Yeah, we're talking checkers while he's playing chess.
Exactly.
Hey, can we go ahead and say Chelsea Green's a national treasure?
100%.
Agreed.
Her putting on that mask, dude, I cried.
Oh, yeah.
Cried.
Don't know. Yeah. If you don't know, I totally forgot about that. Where is that?
100%. I absolutely love Chelsea Green. Amazing.
If you don't like Chelsea Green, I'm sorry. Please find the nearest wall and run into it.
And then Wade Barrett. Once again,
Chelsea.
Once again, shout out to the commentary team and the fact that you're watching these guys legitimately have fun on commentary. But Wade Barrett be like, "Who's this luchador? Who's this luchador?" Was the best stuff.
That's like me going back in my gear, and I just put on a mask and I give myself a different name, and I'm wearing the exact same gear from the neck down. I'm like, no, I'm not him.
It's so Chelsea.
Now, would this mask be lime green?
No, what?
Okay.
No.
Is that not a 95 Rey Mysterio mask?
Yeah, it is.
It does look like the Halloween Havoc 97. Yeah,
97. My bad.
Dude.
Oh yeah, that's totally 90s Mysterio. Totally.
One of the best ones I ever saw. Okay, you guys all know who Tracy Smothers is, right?
Yeah. Right.
Oh yes, absolutely.
God rest his soul. I did shows with him at the Coliseum for like 2 years straight. He started doing this gimmick where he put on a mask and started calling himself El Southern Boyo. Dude,
classic.
I screamed when he walked out. And because we were doing a battle royal, and he gets eliminated as Tracy Smothers, and then 2 people later, he comes out as El Southern Boyo. I look at my friend Mike, and I'm like, I can't right now. Just throw me out, please.
El Southern Boyo. Wow.
Dude, it was great.
But okay, so what we haven't talked about the IC title match yet at all. We haven't touched on it. That was a stellar match.
Oh yeah.
Emphasized too much on the dissolving of Alpha Academy for me, but at the same time,
Well, I think that was the real story there, because it's almost you've gotten to the point where Sami Zayn's the afterthought in this.
Oh yeah. Like that storyline. We talk about how wrestlers transcend
Past the title.
Past the title. I almost think Chad Gable's kind of like transcending past the IC title, and let's kind of put him higher up in the card potentially to see how he does. I'm not saying he wins it, and then bring him back down to the IC title picture, but he's definitely got more character development to go, in my opinion, and it's beautiful, the development of his character. And the dude plays a really good bad guy.
Oh yeah,
does.
I've been a fan of him since, what was it? Alpha
Academy.
American Alpha.
American Alpha.
Yeah,
when they were the tag team. So I was a huge fan of him and Jason Jordan. And to see him keep developing past and keep going. And he went through one of the shittiest gimmicks to ever be given a dude.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh, man, yeah,
when they gave him Shorty G. That gimmick was dumb. That storyline was dumb. It was goofy as hell. It made no sense. And this man has turned it back around to become legitimately not only having Triple H say it, but us fans are saying it. He's one of the best pure in-ring athletes right now for WWE when it comes to performance-wise and being as clean as he is. And he's adding a great, great character onto it. And I 100% say put him with the Creed brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that have said this, and I haven't read them, but it's almost like second coming of Kurt Angle.
Well, that's what I'm saying is
almost.
what if they, because Kurt said it, Kurt said he would love to be his manager. What if Kurt comes in and says, I can take you to the next level?
Dude, that would be something.
Well,
we could even bring Jason Jordan back into the picture. Jason Jordan called Dad. Let's finish that storyline. Let's finish that storyline. Let's close that off.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Yeah.
Wrap it up in a different form and fashion, because he's the producer now, right? He starts helping, because I think Jason Jordan has a little more to offer than just being a producer. He's hell of one of the best producers for WWE, in my opinion. That guy's been putting on stellar matches with some of the top tier wrestlers in the industry right now. So you bring him on as an on-screen character for Adam Pearce as like his, coachman, bro. And he makes the phone call to Kurt Angle to help Chad get over, because he has to help his boy. Kurt Angle then brings in the Creed brothers. You have a new team Angle.
Well, here's an idea with the Creed brothers. I mean, I agree with the Creed brothers, but all right, we obviously know Otis is getting ready to have his thing with Chad Gable. It's
100%.
getting ready to happen. What if Chad is not able to beat up Otis, then the Creed brothers come out and make the save?
That's what I'm like. It can be something like that. I'm cool with that, but I'm sidearm booking, because I'm enjoying this arc evolution of Chad, and like Guido said, he's not transcending, but he's bigger. His storyline is bigger than him winning the IC title at this moment.
Yeah,
like it's truly there, is where he's bigger than that IC title at this moment, and they could progress this farther. In my opinion, I really think they could push this farther.
Low-key, I do kind of miss the thank you thing.
Oh,
thank you.
Shush!
Yeah. The shush was actually funny. Yeah, no, that was good too.
Yeah, when they had a Raw here, and right before they went to commercial, I literally said thank you at the same time as him. It's funny as heck.
But overall, I give the show a very strong B+ for me. I enjoyed this. beginning to end, I thought it was a solid performance. Everybody hit marks. It was a beautiful performance. And like I said, Cody and AJ, they set the bar super high at the beginning of that show.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great I Quit match.
Yeah. He even took to the back.
Yeah. It took it to the back to the gorilla and everything. So
we saw blood.
I love how everybody kept working in the back in gorilla like nothing was going on.
Yeah, you have like producers. Everybody's like at their. I was like, man, what are they doing? They look like they're at a gaming competition with everybody
up on screen 3
monitors. So I was like, man, they're not. It was like Pritchard's back there. Jordan's back there. Oh, I saw Bobby. Well, Bobby Roode was back there too.
He's producing now.
Yeah, doing a good job of it too.
Yeah. They have. I think WWE. Job. I think WWE has probably the best producing team that they've had in a really long time. Like their team is stacked with producers. Stacked. And Jamie Noble, Josh Park, Abyss. I can't remember his real name. Is back there.
Chris Park.
Chris Park. Petey Williams. Like they are stacked with producers back there.
Yeah, my friend Dan, he's from here. He actually was able to referee Cody and AJ's match.
Really?
Yeah, he used to be called Rudy Charles in TNA.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's from here.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. He goes by his real name though right now. So,
yeah.
But he did ref one of my matches back in 2006. I believe it was like a Charleston, Illinois or something. But I actually had him as a referee for one of my matches.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a nasty SOB though. He'll fart right in the middle of your match while you're in a hold.
No way.
Oh, he did. He's nasty as hell.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
His best story though was like they brought him back for one show, as a special referee, even though he was still with TNA, and he had to take a crap, and there was a Hardy's next door. And the match he was supposed to referee, he took a crap in, and he missed the match.
Wow. Oh man, that's crazy. But I mean, I think I would just give it a B on that.
Really?
Be honest, I think Backlash hit more than Clash at the Castle. To me. To me. I think France had still Scotland beat as far as crowd per se. Yeah, they're turning in record numbers at the gate. Yeah, again, they broke the gate record again. But I mean, not to say this Scotland's a bad crowd. They're not. Can
I say I don't care about the breaking the record BS.
I know.
I honestly don't care.
He's just bragging. That's all he's doing.
Just put on some damn good matches. That's all I care about. I enjoyed it.
I could break records and money. And they're not getting any bonuses.
Let's say with France, when they had that showing of the match between Cody and AJ, the damn camera was shaking.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, but I want to see though the I Quit match. That was the match of the night. That would really tune me. And what about his mom calling him yelling out, calling AJ an a-hole?
You don't mess with America's boats, and you don't mess with Mama Rhodes. I'm going to stand by those.
Oh my god!
I mean, she slapped him on the shoulder at first, and I could read AJ's Max like, slap me. She slaps the shit out of him.
She's just kind of waving at him.
Yeah, it's like, go away, go away.
It's like shooting a fly away. She didn't really slap him, but then when she shouted that, I about died laughing. Like I wouldn't think that she would get. She wasn't really one to like watch wrestling to begin with. Anyway, and then Cody pulled her in, and into the storyline, and next thing you know, now she's going to these shows now. So that's crazy.
She probably was doing it more for like the scenery of where they're going.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be just that family, that family atmosphere. Cody's a dad now too, man. He's keeping that family alive and keeping that tradition of being that family dad, but that wrestler still that is putting food on the table. So mad props. I thought the show went very well. It was a very good show in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I agree with what you're saying with the crowd though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great show from start to finish. I think every point that needed to be hit was hit. We can talk about these hiccups. I'm still hoping. I'm hoping that Damian Priest is okay, because part of me wants to believe that was intentional, but
I don't think it was. If it was, they sold it really well.
Yeah, if you got us fooled on it being intentional, on not being.
I'll say if Mick Foley can get his ear torn off, he can get your leg caught.
Yeah, well,
it was interesting that he was going for a dive in that position with Drew on the rope still, because he's done that dive hundreds of times.
Yeah,
and he does it from the second rope all the time.
Yeah.
So it was a well done show though. I was very pleased.
But can we also agree with one thing? There's the one thing I want to get, and it goes to the press conference. CM Punk plus baked goods equals gold.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I know he's just trying to promote like some of the business. I don't know if this is going to be a thing with him or not, but with him, you're talking with your mouth full when you're answering a question, bro. Will you stop being a freaking jerk and just stop talking with your mouth? That's one of my pet peeves. Like, I can't understand what the hell you're saying because you got a freaking donut in your freaking mouth and you're trying to pronounce it.
Now just because of this, Ruby, I want Punk to come down to the ring and do his promos with a donut from each company, from each city now.
It's going to be from Mindy's because he's going to Chicago. But
Zach, what do you mean you want Punk to do it? Hell, you should do it next show.
Maybe,
but
we will.
But and that's the thing. He's a jerk. He'll freely admit it. So
I also like Damian Priest at the beginning of his stuff. He's like, "All rise for the champion," and everybody's sitting there. He's like, "I'm not answering a question until you all rise."
Yeah.
He's like, "You three, get up!" Tier stuff.
That other one where Wade Barrett was doing a press conference, he was just like, "No, before we start this, Punk should be fired." I was like, "Geez, man,
dude,
perfectly."
It was suggested online that Wade Barrett and Drew McIntyre reform like Nexus or something like that in that a faction. I'm all for it. No, if they're gonna bring
RRE core.
It makes sense to do Nexus because Punk was the leader of the Nexus too. So it makes sense. Nexus.
But what if they do people? It's not from the United States. It's all different countries or whatever.
Well, that's when Sheamus made that one faction back in the day with him, Rusev,
Alberto
Del Rio, and
the League of Nations. Yeah, that went well.
Who was the last person?
Barrett,
wasn't it? Yeah, it was Wade.
Wade Barrett, yeah.
That faction should have been so much cooler than it was, and it was literally like a 2-month thing just to get Cena over more, I guess, because
No, it's supposed to get Roman over.
Was it Roman? Whatever.
It was Roman, yeah.
It was dumb. It was dumb to do that. That 4 great guys that deserve so much more, and we could redo that, and they could bring up a new group of fucking... Sorry, dropped it.
Your turn, huh?
He's tired. He's fatigued. Always dropped the F-bomb.
But Gallus, man. You put Wade Barrett, Gallus, and Drew McIntyre in a group together? Bro. Good things could happen.
But yeah, no. I totally agree. Clash at the... this Clash was a really awesome show.
It was.
I know you're giving later grades. I don't usually do this. I'll usually do that, but I'll do an out of 10 scale. I want to say 8.75. There's hiccups. But
It's basically a B.
So a B or B plus.
yeah, it's around a B. I don't do the letter grades because everybody else does. It's
That's fair. That's fair. You have your Meltzer style.
no, it didn't happen in Japan. That's why it didn't get a 10. That's why.
I give this match 4.5 out of 7 stars.
It's needed for Osprey.
Superstar versus half a star.
Oh boy, you can see those anyway.
Yo, one thing though, like I want to point out, it ain't gonna take that long. Is if they're gonna keep doing stuff in Scotland, Drew should at least come out to his Broken Dreams song just once a year. Then, do it then.
Yeah,
Everybody loves it. Do it.
Everybody loves it, but that's royalties that I don't think they want to pay. Which is, I agree. He should come out to Broken Dreams at least once at Clash at something like that. Because when they did the first Clash at the Castle, I marked out when they did that retrospective of his career to Broken Dreams, and
yep.
Yeah, they only care about paying royalties to Living Color for CM Punk's music. So I mean, who cares about that?
Well, like you would think they was going to do it though. If like you watched that interview from Friday or whatever, he mentioned like in his little 2-second promo face to face with Priest, I live out broken dreams or something like that. Yeah, heck, maybe they're going to do it.
Yeah, screw it. I'm going to go pull it up right now and play, and I'm going to get us booted and flagged for copyright. No. Now play it on your own time, bro. But no, I get it. They did drop the ball in there, and it's not like you can't play something one time on a royalty. It's not like they couldn't write anything back over it when they did everything else. I mean, we could kind of. Now, one thing I did kind of question here, and something I'm a little bit confused, and I know it's getting a little bit late, and I just want to run this by through you guys. When Triple H was at the conference yesterday, and he's talking about when WWE goes to Netflix. I thought it was just Raw going to Netflix because he's talking about like after every like Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or whatever, or PLE, it's going to be readily available like as soon as it's over. Type of deal, and I'm like, wait a minute! I thought it was just Raw going to Netflix. So,
I don't know.
Breaking away from Peacock entirely in the US, or what the heck's going on?
No, they're not breaking away from Peacock, but I wonder if that's something with the international thing, like it's going to do what that they do for Peacock here in the US if they're doing it internationally via Netflix.
Oh, I see.
I don't. No, I can't confirm that, but that might be what's going on.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, it's just
I know he did say that 80% more
countries,
80% more, like 80% of the world is going to be able to see WWE now. That's hella cool. I mean, we were just talking to King Kizzy last week about how he had to watch the same VCR tape over and over and over again in Nigeria. Now think about it. 80% of the world is going to see WWE. That's mind-blowing to think about.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of wondering how this all is going to kick off. And even though I pay for a subscription, I barely watch any shows because I don't want to cancel it for the deal I have right now. But because I've been paying on for so long. I mean, is there like live viewing channels right now on Netflix? I'm just kind of confused. I mean, is there like live TV channels on Netflix now? Or
I think they do have some live events right now, but
they do boxing.
They did a roast of Tom Brady live.
Yeah, and they did the roast. So they've done like small events thing, but WWE and NXT, Netflix are about to go to a whole new world for them on these live productions.
Yeah, because I'm just kind of wondering how they're going to get that, when they go live, because
I mean, WWE is doing
live.
They were doing it with their own platform at one time, so why wouldn't they have the ability to do it with Netflix? It's been on USA for the longest time, for Raw. And even with the WWE Network coming out, I mean, you still had Raw on live on the USA Network.
but now they're moving to Netflix. I'm just wondering how. I mean, I just got to get more educated on the live streams that will appear on Netflix, because obviously you're not going to have a taped Raw going starting in whenever they go to Netflix. You're
Flip of
still
the switch,
want
bro.
to do it live.
Flip of the switch.
Yeah, I mean the technology is there. It's just the expense of it, and that's the thing with Peacock and now Netflix shouldering the load more. It's going to be smoother.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy cool. I think we're about to see a whole new. And you know what's really funny is I was going through video footage of all this, and we were talking back to OVW. No, not OVW. NWA. I think it was. No, it was OVW. We were talking about how OVW had the Netflix special, right?
Yep.
And I told you on that edition of that show we were talking about that Netflix was looking for a wrestling promotion to put on their programming.
There you go.
Bam!
There you go.
Hoop Zmiz.
There
that
you
was.
go.
I'm sorry, that was way white. I just showed my ethnicity.
Get a tan.
I got a burn right now. How about that?
That'll count for something in a few days.
No,
because that's the thing. It's also something like that I'm still surprised that AEW isn't trying to do with their deal with Warner Brothers Discovery, as they have Max.
Well, we don't know what their new deal is yet.
Yeah, I don't know what their deal is.
So they're still working on their new deal, and who knows? It might be something of that sort that we're going to be able to watch AEW only on Max.
Because here's the thing: I know that after July, they Warner Brothers Discovery loses the exclusivity to negotiate. So,
right.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, difference is with a lot more people own Netflix more than HBO Max, though.
Yep, they do. Netflix is probably the top rated.
I'll say I got Max just because it's linked to my AT&T account. It's the only reason I got it for free. I wasn't paying for it.
Yeah, and Netflix still does a whole thing with either like some certain cellular providers too. They give them a subscription for like so long, but so we'll see. But we'll see when that
after
time
9, it'll
comes.
be free.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious because I was like,
it's definitely a brave new world and how we get our entertainment.
Yeah, I just don't want to lose access to the old school stuff that I got access to now on Peacock. So. That's all.
Well, you won't. From what I gather, you won't lose that unless something happens with the deal with NBC Universal.
Yeah, I think the deal is still set with them, as far as I understand.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that'd be kind of crazy to let that go. So
it just could be another avenue to watch WWE programming. Probably more for the international, because the WWE network is still available outside of the U.S., if not North America.
Yeah.
Wow.
The interesting thing about that is Netflix has different protocol when it comes to their age restrictions, right? So we could potentially see if that'd be the case, and they go to Netflix with all their programming and stuff. We could see some of the old ECW stuff come back that that they cut because it was too violent.
So ECW awesome. Then.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of other things that they cut too. That like the tasering of Shane McMahon's nards.
Oh come on, that's wrestling history. Why are you doing it?
Important history between Kane and Katie Vick. Yeah, that's something that's.
I don't care about that. I'm talking about
he's talking about the actual act, not the storyline.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When Kane.
I was a bigger fan of the original WWE network. It was so much easier to look up stuff.
Navigating it was so much easier. So
I loved it.
We'll see how Netflix does. I can't wait. I'm excited on the 80% of the world seeing professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes me stoked.
Speaking of 80%, that's what we have now currently of our ex-followers. So I want to send a little clap to all of our ex-watchers right now, make sure you're tagging along, and also make sure that you're retweeting our show out to your friends and whoever follow you, because hey, once again, it's almost like a ratings war. Somehow Facebook has faded away, and now X is now taking the wheel for at least last 5 weeks, I think.
Oh yeah, they've been killing it for us. We appreciate them 100%.
Yeah,
Every follower counts, people.
Yep, that's right. Facebook and YouTube, you're losing out, man. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I might have to slap the restream locomotive again to get it kind of, like kicking the console on the TV. Need to start somehow get it fixed.
We're of that age. We used to bang on the TV, make it work.
Yep.
Yeah,
then,
that's back when we had to use about 3 people just to move the dang TV.
Yeah, hold the rabbit ears and put our finger in a light socket so we can get reception. So
wrap tinfoil on them.
Back when the channel turn was actually turned.
Oh yeah, and then when the knob broke, you got needle nose pliers so you can go in it.
Grandma said, "Get off your ass and go change that channel for me."
Right? Oh, those days. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, we've had a lot to talk about here tonight. We had a great time talking about dads and wrestling once again, and like I said, excellent time with us. Austin Cage coming back from We Talk Wrestling, of course, the Guido that you'll see if you're in the St. Louis area. Once again, New Genesis Wrestling in Muscuda, or mainly in Muscuda too, and also the Gem City Mouth is going to be in town, helping them out, and also to kind of get a little reacquainted with Gino Told You So Rivera.
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait to see good old Gino.
I'm jealous.
Well, he's gonna have a tall order and facing Sid Holland.
I mean, like I said, I think it was last week I said it. Sid's biting off more than he can chew, man. That is a bone that I have a lot of faith in Sid. I have a lot of faith in Sid, and I love Sid so much and wish him a happy Father's Day. And I'm pretty sure he had a great day at the beach with his kids. But he's coming next week to a fight that I don't know if he has 100% of it in him to do, but he took a shot. He called out Gino. Gino answered. Gino's showing up, and Gino's going to give him a fight that it's going to be one for the ages. That's for sure.
Well, also bear in mind, Sid Holland is undefeated in New Genesis Wrestling. So
that is correct.
It's good. That is going to be one to watch.
Hey,
one side note,
I got a 5 to blow. My money's on Gino. Prove me wrong, Sid. There.
Yeah. Well, one side note I'd love to point out is when you guys don't have a guest, us four are unstoppable on a podcast. Just want to point that out.
This is a pretty good foursome. I do agree.
It's very entertaining.
We're just rolling right along with our
Shut up, Guido.
Yeah.
Shut up.
All of our jokes.
Because there's never such thing as a serious show with us.
Oh yeah, no.
We want to have fun. But then, not in the 29th Meltdown in Granite City. Like that's gonna be crazy. There is a stacked card. Chris Exodus is making his debut.
I know. I'm looking forward to that.
I cannot wait to call another Chris Exodus match. This kid is one of the best pure high flyers in the local area of St. Louis right now, and somebody to watch. He'll take your breath away. I promise you that.
I mean, he's already got 2 belts on him right now. He's looking to collect some more from what he's been telling me and the world at large. So,
I think he's the Dynamo Tag Champion, and I think he's like the International Champion.
He's the CHWA Undisputed Champion.
Undisputed Champion. Okay. Oh man, awesome! You got anything else? Because I know Austin Cage has been out of the ring for some time here, but you ever get the itch of wanting to go back or anything?
Oh yeah, I got asked to come back a couple weeks ago, and I'm dealing with this back injury because from his car wreck I had last year, and they still haven't figured out. Well, they figured out what it is, but they can't figure out what they're going to do to fix it. So I don't want to take a risk on that. As much as I love being in the ring, I'd rather not be permanently hurt forever. because of something, an accident or something. But yeah, all the time.
You can always do a roll behind the scenes until
I would love to call
better.
one of your matches.
You know,
that'd be a full coming of like story for you and I.
Oh yeah,
because we met at Glory Pro just as two fans going to watch wrestling and bonded over. I can't remember who we were shit talking.
Oh, it was who was it? The dude that always wears the cowboy vest. Oh heck, I can't remember his name. Because remember they made that mess with the match with and they were sweeping it all up.
Yeah, and Ethan was fixing the rope because
I can't remember that kid's name that he was facing. He had the Cowboys vest on, a real skinny kid, but we just kept on making comments
Paco?
off that.
No,
Yes.
it wasn't Paco. Was it
No,
Paco?
no. What's it Paco? I can't remember. I just remember it was one of those shows, and yeah, it just went on from there.
It was fun. It was a good time.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was good. So yeah, and of course myself this coming Saturday once again I'm looking forward to getting some American Championship Wrestling Tag Team Gold when I compete against the Lumberjacks in a Texas Tornado no holds barred match. So that's gonna be
Ruby next Sunday. I better see gold over that shoulder, brother.
I hope. Anything else? I'm gonna be sore no matter what coming in.
Zach, you called it. It was Paco. I just looked on that DVD I bought from that show. It was Paco.
Nice. I thought it was
awesome. So next week will be episode number 151. Just stay tuned to our Facebook page at Falls Count Everywhere. For those who are watching on X, make sure you follow us on. Let's do this real quick for about 20 seconds here. Everywhere you can find our show, that's there. Well, or we could do that. Hold on, let's do that. I know we got to get out of here. I know, but there was another one. I thought I had another one. Maybe that's the only one we got because we got so many on here. That's okay. That's okay.
I don't know.
Scan the QR code to find where you can find Falls Count Everywhere.
Yep, Falls Count Everywhere. You just scan that QR link that takes you to every one of our pages, including our TikTok and Instagram pages. Yes, we've got very limited activity, but we'll hope to pick that up here soon. But yeah, we'll just make sure you follow us there, and definitely follow our Facebook page because that's where all of our announcements are coming out of. Is our Facebook page, and we'll try to announce as well on X as well, especially for all of our X watchers here tonight. So once again, we thank you very much for doing that. So, once again, I'd like to thank Guido for joining us here tonight. I'd also like to thank Austin Cage for joining us here.
Pleasure.
It's been a fun one, Z. As always, my friend. So, it's getting late here. We're going to cap it off and get ready for summer, guys, because man, it's been hot here this past week.
I'm already over it.
Worse. Yeah, I'm tired of sweating just for sitting outside. That sucks, and of course.
And guys, one last time for you.
Get this guy out of here.
I'm not... There you go. Oh shoot! Well, guys,
this would be over. Is that a promotion or what?
With that being said, we thank you so much. Remember to hit the like, subscribe, hit that ding bell so you know when we come on every 9 p.m. Central Time Sunday. We'll see you guys next week. Ruby,
all right, guys.
Hit that button.
We'll see you next week, 9:00 with our guests. Stay tuned for that next week. You have a good night, and we'll see you then. Thanks again for tuning into tonight's episode of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. Don't forget our friends at the following: Keeping It Cool with Tyler Cooley, the Squared Ring podcast, and We Talk Wrestling. The Falls Count Everywhere podcast is an LTX Enterprises production.